You may now begin your presentation.
Welcome to Canada, a country where our stories are as diverse as our people. Often, these stories are full of optimism, pride, and resilience. We're kind, we take hockey a little too seriously, and we apologize way too much. Despite this, at times all of our stories have challenges, from food insecurity, unemployment, to financial strain. But it's how we overcome these challenges that defines our stories. And at Enactus Memorial, our stories of resilience and using sustainable social enterprise to truly change the world.
This year, we tackled an issue that Canadians have faced for generations. You see, there's a part of this country that you don't often hear about. A part that we as Canadians have been conditioned our entire lives to forget. A part that's not accessible by roads, where unemployment reaches as high as 50%, and we're finding fresh food is next to impossible.
Today we have a large number of Canadians who are unacceptably too poor to feed themselves decently.
70% of Inuit in Canada are food insecure. That 70% number for our Inuit is the worst in any developing country in the world. This is terrible. Either we're going to take this information seriously and make a commitment to do something, or we're going to actually see the situation get worse in this country.
This country can't preach human rights around the world when too many of its own people are going hungry.
Food security is a big issue in our community. I guess it's food insecurity because food is in short supply. It costs a lot. The quality is very poor at times.
During the winter, you don't know with the weather sometimes if the product is going to get in when it's supposed to and how fresh it's going to be once it gets here.
By the time it gets here, it should go in the garbage, but you know, to us, that's fresh.
When you visit these communities, it's easy to forget that you're still in Canada. But yet, this is the reality for thousands of Canadians, where they have to wait weeks for shipments of food to come in. And when it doesn't get in, it's a moldy pepper for $9. These stories have been going on for far too long. And with such big challenges happening in our own home, we knew we had to focus in Canada and find a scalable solution.
So how do we do it? How does a team of students find a way to get fresh food to people in one of the world's harshest climates? That's a complicated question. But that doesn't mean that the answer has to be. Our answer is Project Succeed. Here's the idea. Design a product that can grow fresh food anywhere. Then create employment for those who need it by hiring them to build that product. We sell it to schools, the general public, anyone that it can help. And those sales finance our core objective, feeding the North. This year, Project Succeed was our big idea. And we've spent the past 365 days making it happen.
We started by working with expert botanists and engineers to design an innovative system that uses the hydroponic method of growing produce. Our system cultivates plants indoors using a nutrient-rich solution and artificial UV light without the use of soil. The solution is cycled through the system from a body of water to growing pods where plants are stored. When the solution reaches the pods, it's absorbed by a growth medium that comes in direct contact with the plant roots, giving them the optimal blend of nutrients.
Compared to traditional agriculture, our systems use 90% less water, provide a 75% higher yield, and can grow produce twice as fast. Virtually any fruit or vegetable can be grown, like strawberries, peppers, or even broccoli. But to better go through the growing process, we'll use lettuce as an example. One system can produce 12 heads of lettuce in just 5 weeks. In the system can grow up to 1,000 pounds of produce each year. In southern Canada, that's worth about $1,800. In the north, $4,000. And it's not too difficult to grow this much food. With a system that doesn't require a lot of experience, isn't dictated by climate or limited by soil quality, and costs just 30 cents per day to operate, communities across the north no longer have to go without fresh produce.
With our design tested and finalized, we were ready to begin production. We designed a lean manufacturing process where our systems can be built for just $166. Recognizing that the skills gained from building our systems could be transferred to other careers, we saw an opportunity to create meaningful employment for at-risk youth in our province. Job opportunities for those suffering from illness, addictions, or homelessness are very limited. And we knew Project Succeed could help. So we partnered with Choices for Youth, a not-for-profit organization that provides at-risk and homeless youth with a range of supports. Every day, young people come through the door at Project Succeed with a story like this.
When I grew up, I lived in housing, and the years I didn't live in housing, me and my family were bouncing back and forth quite often. I grew up in a lot of barriers that I didn't realize were barriers. Low poverty and addiction problems with me and other members of my family. I used to always get bullied in school, and my dad left when I was 10, and my sister left when I was young too.
Project Succeed is giving young people a new story, a new start, and is already providing 6 vulnerable youth with a really good job. When they come to work at Project Succeed, they get to do so many cool things. They learn the mechanics of hydroponic systems, the science behind them, and gain the skills that they need to get back on their feet. Today, they're equipped with top-of-the-line DeWalt tools, an ergonomic workshop, and have a full-time project coordinator. We are providing them with the foundation to start their careers and work through their personal challenges. These young people couldn't find a job because they had no experience, but they couldn't get experience because no one would give them a chance. We don't expect them to build hydroponic systems for the rest of their lives, but this project breaks that cycle.
For the first day of work, I was a little bit anxious because I thought it would be more of a high-tech kind of environment going in, but then when I came in, it was just like really casual and welcoming environment. And I was like, wow, this is big break.
Project Succeed is designed to help those young people address those barriers, accept those barriers, and then work beyond them. And we've built that into how we actually roll out the employment side of this, so that those barriers aren't seen as something that can't be handled, but something that can be overcome.
This is a great opportunity. It's great that we get to kind of give back to the community a bit, and when they've been helping us out for so long, it's pretty awesome. If not for this at the moment, I'd probably still be looking for a job. This really helped me out. I needed a job pretty bad when this came around, so it was pretty good.
It's my job now. It's just like a part of my daily life, and it's that having a reach that's so far and specifically like inspire other people and like make their day more exciting or something. That's so crazy. Definitely makes me proud to know that I'm doing this for other people.
Project Succeed is more than just a job to these young people. It's allowing them to connect with society and see something that they made with their own 2 hands make meaningful difference. With our production up and running, we were ready to start tackling the issue of food security across the North.
Northern Canadians need consistent access to fresh and affordable food. The best way to make this happen? Cooperatives. So we began launching them across the North. First, we find members of the community who want to get involved. They purchase the system and everything needed to grow. Then we help them set it up and get started and provide ongoing support to ensure they're successful. We offer systems at a subsidized rate, and to ensure that finances would never be a barrier to getting involved, we worked with Capital One to design a microloan program so members can get started without any financial strain. These cooperatives can be set up in one of 2 ways. In the first option, we help them establish a contract to wholesale their produce to the local store. Since shipping costs are eliminated, the store can sell it back to the community at a significantly reduced cost. In the second option, they grow a variety of produce and share among other cooperative members, ensuring they always have access to fresh produce without a high price tag.
Our first cooperative began in Rigolette, Labrador, working under the first option, wholesaling produce to the local store where it can be sold back to the community at a 57% savings. In Rigolette, we met Ines. For years, she's dreamed of becoming an entrepreneur, but lacked the tools and resources to make it happen. To ensure her business would be a success, we worked with her one-on-one and taught her the hydroponic method. We then helped her evaluate market demand to determine what her community needed and when, and helped her assess the most profitable way to operate. Now, Ines and 4 other community members are working in a cooperative, ensuring their community no longer has to go without the fresh food that they need.
In Arvia at Nunavut, we worked with community members to develop a food sharing cooperative. In this community, sharing is an important part of their culture, so they knew this model would be the perfect fit. Meet Keenan. He wanted to bring his community together to start a cooperative and grow fresh produce. So we helped him and 11 others set up hydroponic systems in each of their homes. Under this model, members grow a variety of produce, work together to manage supply and demand, and share amongst themselves. And each member can save up to $345 per month.
Ines and Keenan are now feeding themselves and their communities. And they're not alone. They're just 2 of 63 individuals in 12 cooperatives. In Rigolet, Arviat, Postville, and 9 other locations, we are showing people that they're not limited to the options in front of them. They can make their own options and make real change.
The impact we saw in the North was immediate, and we had to make sure that we could continue to start more cooperatives in more communities for many years to come. So we found a way to sustainably fund this by selling our systems to the general public. Right from the start, we saw incredible media attention and had people from across the country coming to us asking the same thing: where can I get one? We determined a price point that was affordable to the public, still competitive on the market, and gives Project Succeed the funding to continue reaching northern communities. Our price is $350, and with the cost savings that come from growing your own produce, our systems pay for themselves in just 4 months. The cost of building a system is $166, with the profit of $184 being reinvested into the program. With this, we're making Project Succeed a self-sufficient social enterprise.
Our focus is feeding northern communities, but we're also helping other demographics. We sell them our systems, give them the help they need, and use the profit to fund our work in the north. We're selling our systems to individuals coast to coast in our retail model. Our systems are helping soup kitchens decrease costs and providing a sustainable way to feed those in need. We partnered with Correctional Services Canada to create an employment transition program for 6 former inmates and are now developing a program that can operate nationwide. We even launched our systems in retirement homes, providing horticultural therapy and fresh produce at 5 locations, improving the lives of over 600 seniors.
To educate our country's youth on the importance of agriculture and eating healthy, we launched Project Succeed in 16 classrooms through a 3-month hands-on curriculum. And just 1 short month ago, we received a phone call that changed everything. Realizing the importance of this hands-on learning, Tim Hortons, Canada's largest food service operator, approached us to put our systems in every elementary school across Canada. Together, we are already expanding to an additional 60 schools, educating over 4,900 of our province's future leaders. And upon success, we're planning to go nationwide. Not only is this an opportunity to improve the education of over 1.6 million Canadian students, but the sales will allow us to fund an additional 2,300 systems across the North. Together, now let's see what Project Succeed is doing today.
This is like a business opportunity for somebody in like the communities to start growing produce. This is another option that we don't have to depend on outside sources for it.
It's something that I should have taken in school. I would have wished I went to university and learned the skills. But I really like it that you came in and took the time to come in and show us how to grow produce.
It's a wonderful pastime and lots of time on our hands. And it's hard to imagine why someone wouldn't find it interesting.
For recess, if you forgot your recess, you could have that and everybody in my class would be snacking on it. And after class, if you did good, the teacher could say, "Good work, guys, have a strawberry."
It's unbelievable what the big difference between a fresh strawberry and the strawberries we get by the time they're up here.
It's that sense of accomplishment too, that, okay, they gave me this to do and I can do it and I can provide for people in my community or for my family.
In just 1 year, Project Succeed has implemented 236 hydroponic systems in 28 communities that will grow over 250,000 pounds of produce each year, created 70 jobs, and generated over $80,000 in revenue.
The Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, recognized our impact as he saw how this incredible work has helped Northern Canadians gain cheaper access to healthy and fresh food.
12 months ago, none of this existed. Project Succeed was just an idea. And today, it's a real business. This has been one incredible year, and next year is going to be even better. We're on track to have 2,000 hydroponic systems in operation. To meet this demand, we will scale our workshop to employ 20 youth. This will fund 60 more northern cooperatives, empowering over 300 community members across the north, and generate over $630,000 in revenue. Project Succeed will grow up to 2.1 million pounds of produce each year.
We took on a big challenge with Project Succeed, and we are so proud of where it is today. But our impact goes far beyond just one project. Wait, how much time do we have left?
About 2.5 minutes.
Well, how about we highlight 3 other projects that make us just as proud?
Since 2012, we continued running Project Bottlepreneur, working with individuals who push carts and collect recyclables to move past dumpster diving, and to instead provide a sustainable door-to-door recycling service to their community. Now, our Bottlepreneurs are operating completely independently, collecting over 1.8 million recyclables, generating over $90,000 this year. Project Bottlepreneur is more than just a recycling service. It's an opportunity to empower those once impoverished to become not only entrepreneurs, but environmental leaders.
Since 2013, we've been dedicated to Project Stitch, helping physically disabled Haitians gain sustainable employment by becoming professional sewers and selling their products around the world. Today, it's operating in a state-of-the-art 4,000 square foot facility. This year, the project employed 28 Haitians at 5 times the average daily wage, and now it's operating entirely on its own. For Haitians, by Haitians.
Since creating Prince's Operation Entrepreneur in 2008, every year we continue to teach transitioning Canadian Forces members how to apply the skills they've learned in the military to becoming entrepreneurs. 8 years later, the project has grown exponentially, and this year has been our best to date, generating over $2.3 million in revenue. And with help from our friends on Enactus teams from across Canada, we were able to reach over 500 of our country's heroes this year, and a version of our program is now running in Australia.
This year, we ran 13 projects
that offset over 500 tons of CO2.
Changed over 3,000 lives.
Started 91 businesses.
Created 248 jobs.
And generated over $2.6 million in revenue.
No matter where we are from, we all face challenges, but they don't define us. Enactus inspires all of us to overcome these challenges and write our own stories of resilience. This year, our 71 volunteers have dedicated over 17,000 hours to empowering people to write their own stories. And these stories are just getting started. This is Enactus Memorial, where we're tackling global issues and proving that changing a world begins with making real change right here at home.
Thank you to the team from Canada. The presentation time is now expired. We will now begin the question and answer period.
Hi, thank you. Can you just run me through the capital investment at the start of the project? Have you broke even on that already? Have you got that all back? Just an overview of that. Thank you.
So the capital investment for Project Succeed was $14,655.32. We broke even on that after selling 54 systems, which happened 7 months after we sold our first system.
Thank you, Canada. It seems to me like you're sitting on a gold mine. Can you just tell me whether this thing, the opportunity is to go to isolated places, or the opportunity is just you can sell to anybody? You can just run business here in Toronto and just sell.
So that's really our favorite thing about Project Succeed, is that we can do both. Isolated communities are expensive to get to sometimes, and there's a reason it's so hard to get food there. And Project Succeed is solving that problem by selling to anyone who wants a system. We can help people across our country by selling them systems that can help people in the north. So really, we can do both.
One question, would you consider selling these products in a regular retail? And the second question, what about taste? Because we haven't heard about it.
In regards to selling at retail, right now we are focused at selling through ourselves, but you can visit our website, www.succeed.ca, and if you're interested in purchasing a system. In terms of taste, it's so much better. When you're picking something off the vine and you're tasting those fresh tomatoes and they're juicy and they're tasty, as soon as you bite into them, it's a whole other taste.
Thank you for your presentation. Do you see any adverse effects? You talked about a $9 pepper. That sounds very expensive. And so there may be some people that are selling this that won't be able to do that anymore.
So right now, the produce that's shipped in that you're seeing that $9 price on, that's because of anywhere from 10 to 15 touches before it even gets to the store, and the majority of that price is going to shipping costs. So right now with Project Succeed, it doesn't have to go halfway around the world anymore. It's coming from down the road at someone's home right to the store. So we're completely eliminating that cost.
Fantastic job. I noticed that you do have an Instagram
presence. Have you thought about any online presence with video training or anything to support any of your projects?
Yes, so we're very active on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We again have the website, and you can also visit enactusmemorial.ca to find out more about us as well.
Your 2017 projections seem pretty aggressive but obtainable. Can you just please provide more color on how you plan to achieve them?
So right now the projections on that sheet, they're big, but they're very achievable. We actually have contracts right now in place that it's going to sustain Project Succeed to those numbers you see right there for the next 3 years.
Hi, can you tell me, doesn't the shipping cost increase just shift to the liquids and the seeds, and that you have to restock every year?
That's something that we very much considered at the beginning of the project. So we also develop partnerships with shipping companies as well as oil and gas companies that are going to these northern communities. For two reasons. A, it cuts down on our shipping costs to get them the nutrients and to get them the systems, but also it's a green impact. So we're not adding any more CO2 into the air. We're not having a separate delivery just for us. We're piggybacking on other deliveries.
Can you tell me about what the seeds are grown in? Is it soil? And also, do you use any chemical fertilizers?
So all of the plants in the system are grown in rock wool. It's a growth medium. It kind of feels a little bit like insulation, but that's what the plant uses to develop roots. And the fertilizers. Oh, the fertilizers are our liquid nutrients. So it's basically, we call it NPK. So nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in 3 different concentrations.
You guys were amazing, and I can't wait for them to come to the United States. My question for you is, how quickly can you mass produce these, and have you looked into doing a broader scale production?
So we can produce a system in 1 hour. So with the youth that we're using right now, they're producing about 30 systems per week.
Your time has expired. Judges, please join me in thanking the team from Canada.